That was back when my behavior could still be modified.
Oh.
And it can no longer. I am now set in my ways. Speaking of being set in our ways, let's set some numbers in their ways with numerical Python.
Woo-hoo.
There we go. Yeah. Yeah. It's usually at this time of class, I like to see how many of us are here. We have the quadrilateral.
Oh, God.
We've got very close to a square. And we have what appears to be a line segment, which means these two tables that are absent have taken with them humans. So, anyways, I want to point out I check to see who's here every day because I love seeing all of your beautiful shining faces every single day, right? And if anyone asks who my favorite student is, it's you. Okay. Did you all miss me?
Yeah, just a little.
Okay. Okay. All right. Some of you got the right answer, and some of you sounded honest. So that's two things, right? So today we're introducing numerical Python. Actually, everything we've been doing so far was just to get to the point of introducing numerical Python. So there's a table right there. I'm gonna hit this at some point, and if you laugh, like, make sure you're laughing with me, right? Okay. So why are we teaching about NumPy? Well, some of you, I've heard, I don't know if this is true, are in the STEM program, and the S stands for science, and the T stands for technology, engineering, and math, and the E stands for... this is technology that does science. It does a little bit of math, not that much. So NumPy, my partner who's a real scientist, and by that I mean, like, I took a COVID test and I couldn't figure out how to read it, so I had to ask her for help because she's a real scientist, right? She's like, that's the control line. I was like, what's control mean? It's like, have you ever done an experiment before? I was like, yes. So, anyways, calls it NumPy, just to annoy me. So you're allowed to call it NumPy if you're a real scientist. If you're a fake scientist, and let's enumerate the fake sciences real quick. It's the ones with science in the name. Computer, data, environmental, political. Did I miss one? Are there any other fake sciences? Management science. Yeah, if you say economic science, that would be a fake science, right?
Yay.
Yeah. So if you're in one of the fake sciences, you have to call it NumPy, okay? So, numerical Python. It's a package. What does package mean in this concept? It's additional features that we can optionally add to the Python language. So, how do we add them? I'm so glad you asked. We'll get over that. So, here's the problem numerical Python solves. We've been looking this term at, like, the sort of tax bracket list of lists. And that thing is, like, a little bit unstable. And it's unstable in the following ways. It's supposed to be a list of brackets by rates, but there's nothing actually in the Python language enforcing that all of these sort of things are the same length, or that things line up with each other. So more properly, we should save that in something that looks an awful lot like a spreadsheet, right? And the things that look an awful lot like a spreadsheet is called usually a two-dimensional array object. So you have rows and columns. Our lists of lists don't really have rows and columns. We've just sort of looked at them that way or imagined them that way. Once we have something that contains both rows and columns, it has this thing in it called broadcasting. And what's broadcasting allow us to do? Well, if I have a list of 100 numbers, and I want to multiply everything in that list by 7, in Python I have to write a for loop over the entire list. In NumPy I just multiply the list by 7 and it applies the multiplication to the entire array. So this is called broadcasting, and it's basically the basis of modern machine learning, is what this turned into over time. NumPy versus the base Python language is accelerated. It's faster. There are faster programming languages than Python, most famously C, C++, and Fortran, which C used in scientific computing. Now, these languages are, as a rule, absolutely miserable to write, so people would rather write Python instead. And so numerical Python kind of bridges the gap by getting you some of the performance of the faster language and some of the niceties of Python. So Python has this nice thing where I can type Python, and then it pops up and I have an interpreter and I can do stuff like that. You can't do that with C and C++. You have to make an entire program that does the calculation. This is a hassle. So people have taken components of the entire program and let you use programs from within Python. It is good for linear algebra. And linear algebra is when you have vectors or matrices, so when you have collections of values and you want to do the same thing to all the values, or you want to do combinations of values. So an example of a time we would use linear algebra is if I have an image and I want to represent the color data within the image. Usually this would be x and y coordinates within an image, and then there would also be color values. So that would be a three-dimensional array, horizontal by vertical by color. So if you want to do any image processing, you might use that. There's the Fourier transform, which is usually used for processing sound or radio, so signals that vary over time. And then it also has random number generation. So we have essentially been using 1 and 2 dimensional arrays already. And here are some of the examples from, I think, last time I saw you, which is right here. So I'm going to just copy paste this code, and I'm going to copy paste this into intercepts.py. So how am I going to do that? nvim, wait, can I not type? I think I cooked my terminal. nvim intercepts.py. Okay. I'm entering insert mode, and I'm using Control-Shift-V to paste from outside of the terminal. So what do I have going on here? I have things that sort of look like some of the ideas I teased with broadcasting, right? I'm doing something to every tax in taxes. So I'm doing some subtractions, I'm doing some multiplies, I'm doing some subtractions, I'm doing some multiplies, I'm doing all of this stuff, right? And so we're going to use this as a motivating example to introduce numerical Python. We're going to take the lists in here, and where are the lists in here? This is a list of length 2 that contains integers. This is a list of length 6 that contains lists. So this is a list of lists of integers. And it's not quite list of lists of integers, but we'll get there. Okay? And we're going to use this to show the benefits of numerical Python. But before we do that, we are going to do something called package management. Package management is, I think, an important and tedious part of the scientific process. Most of the scientists I know have like a few packages they really like that like some research group at some other university wrote and then stopped maintaining 15 years ago, and it's like the only thing they know how to use, and then people refuse to learn new things. This is, I think, one of the behaviors that adults have that would be interesting to change. Have you all heard the expression, you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Yeah, I think that's totally fake. Like, people have taught old dogs new tricks, right? Yeah, that's just people telling lies. But anyways, I love telling lies, so that's why I do it all the time. So we're going to introduce the Python package manager and the Python package index. Ugh, that's not what I meant to type. Okay. Function F11? Okay. Okay, we're going to change what side of the screen it's on. So let's look at PyPI. I'm going to Google it because mine popped up automatically. This is PyPI, the Python package index. And it has something in it called NumPy, if I search for this. And I can click on the first link, or, there's other stuff. And if I look at this, hey, I don't know what that is. That looks fake. Wait, is this it? There we go. Is this the thing I tried to click? There we go. Okay. This is the fundamental package for array computing in Python. It has a good graphic, right? It's pretty. It has a bunch of stuff about it. Apparently 525 million people use this a month, which is probably true. You can ask questions about it on Stack Overflow. It has a corresponding scientific publication, which is from Nature, Array Programming with NumPy. And it has an OpenSSF scorecard. I don't know what that is. Okay, so that's the Python package index. NumPy is a Python package. It is installed separately from Python, but it can be installed using Python. So how are I going to do that? Well, I'm going to use pip. Pip is a command line utility. Can I get out of this over here? So to show how this works, I'm going to type pip, and you'll see some things pop up. Let's try pip help. That work? That's the same thing. Okay. So pip is going to give me a series of things I can do if I use pip. Oh, here's the shorter one. We'll ambiguify this. So pip accepts a command and some options I can install, download, uninstall, freeze, inspect, and so on.
How did you enable pip?
I typed pip.
On Mac, you're going to have to type pip 3.
Yep. So here's pip 3. And for me, it's the same thing. It's hard to show. Or maybe I can do it with version.
So then what?
And here's pip version. So this is how pip works at the command line. And I have a solution for people for whom pip does not work at the command line. In the olden days, many years ago, package management was less managed and more packaged than it is now. Pip has gotten a little chaotic. And the recommended way to use pip now is actually as follows. You take your Python installation, which for me is Python 3. Use -m. -m stands for module. So I'm going to direct Python to run a specific module, and that module is going to be pip, and then I will check the version there. And so this gives me the exact same thing as pip 3, but it certainly talks to the version of Python I have been using on my system. Did it work?
So it's not.
What are you doing? It's flashing? It stopped?
It's in the bin.
What'd you
Yeah.
do?
It's allowed to be in the bin. Well, bin's for binary. It's not for trash. Yeah. Okay. Do you want to get rid of color?
If he wants to have
Mine doesn't have any color.
No problem. We can get rid of color.
Oh.
Can you add color? I was happy.
I'm sorry, but your happiness is not my concern.
Okay.
No, you should take ownership of your own emotional state, right? This is why we have to listen to symphonic death metal, right? Because if you can't feel sad on your own, your sadness can be provided by Spotify, right? Okay, so this is pip. So this is how we're going to use pip to install NumPy. I'm going to type Python 3 or Python, whatever works on my system. Python 3, M for module, pip. Pip is a part of Python, so it is a module of Python, so that's why I'm using the M flag. There's probably other M's. This is the one I use. Install NumPy. Mine's going to go pretty fast because I'm pretty sure I already have NumPy installed. Yours might be slow. If this doesn't work, it's time to panic, okay? So I'm going to go around and I'm going to see how many of you are
I
panicking.
have color too.
first time you've ever seen color.
Yeah.
And what is color? It is one of the 3 dimensions in images that we see and perceive. There's the horizontal and vertical dimension, and then there's the color piece. Right? Yeah.
But it's
like you're not
still purple.
Color dimension?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, that was good.
That was really fast.
Is it really fast?
Yeah.
It's only 12 megabytes.
Installing, just typing pip.
Yours is 12?
No, it's exactly.
Mine was 5.
Am I wrong? Maybe. Yeah,
Or maybe
but-
7.
Yeah, it didn't give me anything.
No, yours is 5.
What's the red one?
The red one's how fast you're downloading.
Zip. What's like it means zip?
And the other one is 0 seconds. 0 seconds.
Here, I'm gonna
0
write
seconds, so
it
download
down.
something.
Yeah, try that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was fast.
And you just type pip. Yep.
Yours really.
Lowercase f.
Oh, no.
Okay, okay.
If you
Yours
weren't
is the
having
same.
Oh, you got a lot of stuff. Wow. Dude, what is all on your... Is this a Swiss Army?
What's the thing? Your car keys.
You haven't typed in and I put you in Yeah, like on both mail.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, and then I don't know if the other
I don't know. Way last on, but...
I have hella keys on
Wait,
that.
Just break the window.
Oh, right. have to do that
Oh,
too.
wow.
Sideways.
Dude.
Can I get out?
You guys are beating me. Nail key, my old work key, drum key, lock key, shit my lock key. I just put on there. And then my little. Oh, wow.
Really good.
That's tough actually for
And then I have my
If you need to mark the keys, because I'm not sure what keys it was.
But like it's kind of like
Oh, there you go.
For what?
Just from your things, I don't know.
some friends of mine going to Japan. He brought me back.
Wait, hold on.
You got here.
I like did all that stuff. Gabby pasta is hitting.
They're apples that can make
Right.
I know they look like they'd be so good with peanut butter. The apples.
I don't think I've ever seen peanut butter and Gabby. It's probably because I'm it's like
Yeah, it's all A's there.
There you go.
You do. I kind of was just cool.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Every time.
Yeah, it's just not.
This is like the second time I've done this. Surprised.
Probably
me.
The cantaloupe is good today.
Every time I've had it, it's always been like hard.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not hard.
I have it.
It's always hard. Every time I eat it.
No, I like
Yeah.
that. I think.
You like it when it's that way?
I would say so. They call me the number and
But every time I get it, it's not hard.
Well, you're lucky.
I get it like every single time, and it's like 90% of the time. It's
someone else was the
Yeah.
number.
Yeah, the honeydew is really good when it's
I'm
starting.
taking a minute. I agree.
That's not really working. I'm sorry.
I love
okay.
it so much.
It's over now.
So very much.
Very nice.
I was just crushed too.
Yay!
I can already tell this one's gonna be really good. I'm not even
What do you think we're gonna have for
I've been listening to Jeff for I forget your
I never had my turkey. Thank you. So sad. It's like the only deli meat I can eat from there.
See the markets.
What the hell?
Outside of it. There we go.
Oh shit.
See what what am I gonna look up? What's the apple? Oh, that's not what I wanted.
Yay! Are you kidding me? Why does it say
Oh, apples up. Wow.
The market's open. It closes at 2.
You can buy a shitload of
It's market's open.
I think it closes at 1.
Who does?
I think so. Because it closes at 4 EST.
Okay, yeah.
They call me tricks the rabbit. Tricks?
Oh,
Which one's the rabbit? Silly rabbit plays with kids.
Yeah, something more chill.
I miss mountain time.
I miss Pacific
Mountain
time.
time is so pretty.
It's like the opposite
I
time.
miss mountain time
What
now.
even is mountain time?
That's what I'm saying. It's fake. It's like Valentine's fake.
Mountain time is not real.
Montana, Wyoming, Idaho.
Which is like those big risks.
Okay, students, I'm back. It's me. I know you missed
I
me.
hate Eastern class.
I know you missed my soothing voice, my misplaced
Are you
confidence.
still sick?
Oh yeah.
You sound good.
No, that's me being hyped. I'm amped up. I don't need drugs. I'm high on life, but the drugs still help, right? It's like being double high. Okay. So I'm now going to execute a complicated maneuver, a maneuver that my critics have been saying, wow, that was impressive. I'm going to check to see if I have NumPy installed before I do anything else. So there's a few ways to do this. One of the first ones is I can type Python in my command line, which I've removed all of the color because you said you hated colors, right? Which, that's a crazy thing to say out loud. Okay, I'm going to import NumPy. And I can just type this. That's allowed. By convention, Have you all heard that scientists are lazy? They're super lazy. They're so lazy they never type 5 characters when they could type 2 characters.
They just want to be more efficient.
They just want to be more efficient. Have you ever heard that scientists are efficient?
Yes.
No.
I often hear people say, dang, those scientists, so efficient, right?
It's so colorful.
So I'm going to say import NumPy as NP for short, numerical Python. And then I'm able to use NP. I can look at my NP, which is itself a module. It is the module NumPy. This is where it lives on your computer. So that'll be a file system location. You don't believe me, do you?
Maybe.
Oftentimes people say, that Calvin, I don't believe them. That is a common thing that people say. So I can actually just list what is in that file location. Can I? Did I copy it? I didn't quite copy it correctly.
What's wrong with me?
Ooh, no, there's something at the end. Okay, so here's where it lives. And we can probably find it in here somewhere. Oh, this is just called NumPy, right? So NumPy is chock full of stuff. Apparently has something in it called an array API. API stands for Application Program Interface. That's not going to be on the midterm. It has some linear algebras in it. It has some matrix libraries in it. It has a polynomial. Who knows what a polynomial is? Right. What is it?
It's like, I want to say it's an equation with multiple variables.
Yeah. Is that what you have?
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say more than 2 terms, but I don't know. That's right.
I'm down with, I don't know what a polynomial is. So it has either multiple variables or multiple terms. I thought x squared plus x was a polynomial, and that does have 1 variable, but it has 2 terms. But it does say polyname, right? Okay. So anyways, this is where Python lives on my computer. Anyways, and then I can also check to see if I have a version of Python. np dot underscore underscore version underscore underscore. And that will show that I have NumPy 126.4. Let me show another way to check to see if you have NumPy in your system. I'm going to clear this. No, I'm not. Oh, it crashes every time. Okay, I forgot. I'm going to clear this. I'm going to nvim nptest.py because I'm going to test to see if I have NumPy. I'm going to press enter. I'm going to enter insert mode. I'm going to type import NumPy as np. I'm going to make a few new lines, then I'm going to print np underscore version double underscore close paren. I'm going to, I heard you can do double capital Z. So I'm going to hold shift and press Z twice, and that's another way to exit. I'm going to run that python 3 np test.py, and I will see the same thing, that I have NumPy successfully installed on my system. What are you doing, and is it productive?
Sorry, it is not productive.
It is not productive?
No.
Okay. Then don't do it.
Apologies. Yeah.
Yeah. Do I need to put like little Subway Surfer TikToks on my corners here?
I think so. That would help.
I do want to do
I
that.
kind of prefer,
Do it.
prefer the Minecraft
It's on the
parkour
YouTube.
guy, you know?
And like the 3 times speed, do it really fast.
Yeah. So I'm worried if I do that, I won't be able to teach. Right?
On the YouTube video when you post it, put it.
I should put it on the video. Yeah. I need like an overlay. I need somehow it to be like running in the background and only show up on this, but I'll work on that.
Okay.
The Minecraft parkour one is, I'd be locked in the whole time.
Yeah, do you ever... okay, I almost just started Googling Minecraft speedruns because I was asking you if we... Okay, so there's a word I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you about this word because it might show up at some point in your life. It's called dunder, and it stands for double underscore. The cat np.test. Who knows what this is going to do?
Check what you have.
It's going to list what you just created.
Is this what you thought it was going to do? Yeah, okay. So see how there's 2 underscores there? That's not 1 underscore. That's 2 underscores. And we don't call that a blunderscore. We call that a dunderscore, right? Okay, so around version there are 2 underscores called dunder for double underscore. Python loves its double underscores. I don't know why, but it does. And you can see there's some double underscores here too. So they like Python, it just slaps underscores on things like crazy. And that's fun, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so you may wish to review import. And we covered import previously in this location, so you can check this if you want. What is the difference now? Now we are importing a module that someone else wrote instead of a module that we wrote. That is the difference. But there are many modules other people wrote, and many of them we can get access to with pip. So now we're going to deal with arrays. Okay, the first thing to do in NumPy is we're going to make an array. When do you use arrays in NumPy? The common case is when you're dealing with lists of numbers, and you either care about performance or you want to do math that is non-trivial. So usually more than addition, or if you want to do a bunch of additions, right? So let's take our list of lists.
List of lists.
Yes. We'll just use MP test again.
What's the best in the name?
I'm going to say taxes equals, I'm just going to copy paste this. That's why it's here. This isn't typing class. Unless we want to take, is it time for a monkey type break?
No.
Oh, it's time for a monkey type break.
Monkey type.
Wait, have I not done monkey type in this class?
No, what is it?
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
But
Oh, it's like nitro type.
yes.
Oh, should we do nitro type instead?
Yes.
We like nitro type better?
I
Yes.
just ended up doing.
Ooh, this says race your friends and I don't have those.
No.
You can add me as a friend.
Oh, it's like a Hellcat.
What am I doing?
Go down. You see the
I'm going down. Oh no.
2, 1.
Oh gosh.
Oh, you won.
Yeah, because I'm based. Okay, that was fun. This is more fun. Okay. I don't like capital letters, right? Who else? Okay, don't take this out of context. Who else hates capitalism? Right? Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Nope. Watch this fun trick. Okay.
That's pretty quick. I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
It's like a 2-year-old talking.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Wow.
anyways, now it's your turn. Go monkey type.
Oh, I'm gonna be.
I'm gonna play monkey typing.
You have higher accuracy though. You're better than me.
It's like backspace, so
It still counts. Still counts.
Oh, that's.
If you get over 120, I will respect you. Okay.
Okay. Why is it monkey type? I'm gonna get like 40.
That's why we're practicing. You gotta get that pracky on.
here's the thing: if we add numbers and symbols like this, it goes down to like 60. I can't do it with numbers. I can do it with just letters.
I guess we could just turn them on, right? Okay.
Dude.
Oh, geez. I'm cooked. Okay.
Yeah,
Wow, I'm not even close.
67 words per minute, 99% accuracy. That's good.
Oh my god. I got big fingers, man.
Big fingers of the people.
Shouldn't that help?
No, I keep hitting 2 keys at 10. 32? Okay, I can do better than that.
You think it would help, but.
No, I keep hitting like multiple keys at the same time. It's killing me.
If you don't have big fingers, you think so, but my grandpa has evidence that it does not help.
Yeah, I got owned by adding letters and punctuation.
Yeah,
Or numbers and
Wait,
punctuation.
I want to retry.
Yeah.
How do I? Shit.
I'm really good at typing. It's not.
Anyways, I will award 1 gold star to the first student to post an above 95% accuracy, above 120 word per minute in Discord.
You're on.
And I will also award an additional gold star to the highest product of percent accuracy in words per minute at the end of the semester. Okay?
What do you mean product?
I'm going to multiply the percentage by the words per minute.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to take the product. And I will calculate these products using numerical Python. Speaking of numerical Python, So I think, did I close that? Dang it. Oh, I was trying to generate data. Okay, never mind. Actually, I need volunteers. What was your words per minute?
59,
59? What was your percent accuracy?
93,
93? Okay, I need another volunteer.
67,
Percentage?
99.
There, that, good, okay. I need another volunteer.
102.
102. Don't raise your hand, just shout out next time.
100.
100.
Whoa.
Oh, no, sorry, I have to express it this way. I need another volunteer.
104, 98.
Okay.
86, 88.
86, 88, cool. Okay, any remaining volunteers?
54, 93.
54, 93.
Bro, I keep, okay.
Okay. So you all have earned gold stars in my heart, and I think that's the most important place to earn them, right? Okay. So this is no longer taxes. This is now the gold star. It's the gold star thing, okay? So we've got our gold stars. Let's examine this a bit. So I'm going to just put in some prints here. I'm going to print gold star. And let's go ahead and run that. Python 3 emp test. Okay, and I can see all of my gold stars, right? Because you are all gold stars to me in my heart, right? Write that down. Write that down. Are we working on our positive affirmations?
You are all gold stars to me.
Yeah. I need those mantras. Okay. Okay. So here is one way we can visualize the gold stars. We can also verify a few things about it. So let's take a look at some things. In addition to looking at gold star, okay, I'm going to close that and go over some motions again. I'm going to use Shift-G to go to the end of the file. I'm going to do O to enter insert mode on a new line. Okay. I'm also going to print the type of gold star. What is that going to be?
Silver.
I don't think so, but we can check. And I'm also going to print the type of gold star 0. What's the type of that going to be?
Integer. Int.
Okay. We have 1 vote for integer. And then I'm going to print the type. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm going to print the lowercase type of gold star 0, 0. And what is the type of that going to be? I'm going to give myself a note. This is going to be the type of GS. Why is there a comma there? This is going to be the type of GS 0. And this is going to be the type of GS 0, 0. Okay? I'm going to run this by exiting. And you can exit in a variety of ways. You can use :X, or you can use ZZ, which my students in the other class told me is cooler. So if students say it's cool, I do it no matter what it is. I'm extremely easy to influence. Python 3 MP test. Okay. Ooh, I'm canceled. Why am I canceled? Why am I canceled? Oh, okay. So what's this say? Line 16. Parenthesis never closed. Okay, we got this. We're okay. I'm going to turn on numbers. I'm going to look at line 16. That's the last line. Shift-G. Go to the last line. Says parentheses are never closed. This is not that surprising because there's 1 parenthesis here and 2 here and 2 here, right? So I'm going to use $sign to go to the end of the line and enter insert mode and add a paren. Goes on to the other line, which is kind of uggo. It's uggo maxing. Do we like that?
What does that mean?
It's ugly and it's maxing its ugliness. It's uggo maxing. Thank you.
It's cool.
Okay, I'm going to say uggo maxing a lot now. Okay. My reward centers are buzzing. Okay. So, the type of gold star is it is a list. This is a list. Okay? I think we knew that already. That's my impression. I'm going to look up the 0th thing inside this list. I think that's going to be this. Does anyone disagree with that? Should we check? We can check.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Should we can check.
Yeah, we can check.
That's not what it's called. What's it called? NP test as GS. Okay. Okay. So we have gs.gold star, and then we can look at the 0th element of that, and then we can check the type of that. And that's a list. Okay? We have a list of lists. And then lastly, we can check the 0th element of the 0th element. Okay? And we can also check the 1th, right? And we can check the type of that, which is gs.gold star 1 0. And what will this be?
0.
Number or
What type will it be? This value is what I'm checking the type of. These are the same. This is not a trick question. It is an int. And the reason it's an int is because the type of 67 is an int. So if I say, for example, x equals gs gold star 1 0, that's x. What is the type of x? Does that make sense? You're acting like this doesn't make sense.
no, that makes sense.
See, like when you say it that way, it sounds like
No, a type means it's asking for like what, like class.
Yeah, what kind of thing is it?
What kind of, well, because
Yeah.
I've been learning also R, like
Mhm.
it kind of reminds me of like the class, like it's either an integer, which is like a number, and then like, I don't know.
Oh, that didn't work at all.
I don't know what to
R types.
R data types. Oh, it has a type numeric, and it has a type character. That's pretty close to ours.
Yeah. So I was just, it's kind of similar to that, where you could ask for its class.
Do I have R? Oh, I don't have R. Okay.
Let's see.
That means do this at a higher permission level. So by default, I'm not allowed to install things onto my computer. But if I say sudo, I'm pretending to be a supervisor, and supervisors are allowed to do that.
It's super user do, isn't it?
Look at that. I don't know.
Okay. Perhaps we regard 0 indexed element of an array. Oh yes, I'm introducing a metaphor. Who loves metaphors?
I know.
Metaphors are like the love of my life in that I love them. Right? So that's an example of a metaphor, right? I've had to be careful recently because I am driving around in a car with the love of my life, because that's what you do with them, right? And I keep referring to like coffee shops I like as my beloved. And you're not supposed to do that when you're driving around with your beloved. So the trick is you say, my beloved, while looking at a coffee shop, and then you turn to your actual beloved and you see, by which I mean, my beloved, I wanted to call your attention to this coffee shop. So that's a trick I learned recently. So this is a great way to get people to like you, right? Yeah. So you're like, my favorite friend, I wanted to show you my favorite coffee shop. Right, perfect, easy, right? So this is a life pro tip. Don't do that. Okay, so perhaps we regard the 0 indexed element of an array as the house on the corner of a block. Do y'all know about blocks and houses, right? So we imagine Levittstown, where suburbia was invented, right? They placed single-family homes in a row on a rectangular grid, right? By convention, the house on the corner has a 0 address to denote that it is the 0th element of like the 900 block or the 7,000 block or something, right? So that's sort of how we can think of indexing from 0, as we do, not in R, but as we do in some other programming languages. So, for example, if I do R, is this R? I don't think you can do R0. Oh, you can? That's weird. I don't know how this language works. Should I keep doing this? Are we confusing ourselves?
Very much so.
No.
I feel confused right now. Okay, so in R, the tooth address is in fact what we usually call the second. And then if we quit, no? And then if we go into Python, oh, I can't use arrow, and we create the list, A, B, C. We look for the 0th, address 0. We get A, the house on the corner of the block. Now, if we have import np test as GS, in GS gold star, our list of gold stars, we can look at the 0th element, the house on the corner, and then we can look, and perhaps that's like a multi-unit home or something, and we can look at the one on the corner of the corner or something, right? So this is the metaphor I'm using. We have a list of lists of integers, or do we? So this thing here is, we have a list. This is a list. And the elements of the list are themselves lists. And the elements of those lists are integers. Right? No, I tricked you. I bamboozled you. I outsmarted you by asking for your percentages and then writing them down, not as integers. That's not an integer. That's something else, because that's not a whole number. Right? This is the evil, bad, wrong kind of number. A number with a decimal point in it. What do we think about decimal points? I expect to hear loud booing. Wow, I only heard booing. That's crazy. Okay, so this thing is of a different type. NumPy is different from base Python in one of the following ways, which is that a NumPy array, everything has to be of the same type. So I cannot put integers and floating point values in the same NumPy array, and we'll see what happens when we try to do that. So each of the internal lists of numbers is of the same length, but we can look at an example where that is not true, because I can take, what am I typing? We can take gs.goldstar, and we can add something to it, which is we imagine someone typed 1 billion words per minute, we'll say 1 million, but did not report their error rate, so they're disqualified, right? If that happens, gs.goldstar becomes the wrong shape, right? It has things of the wrong size in it, so that's bad. I don't know how to get rid of that thing. Len gs.goldstar. I might just have to import again. And let's go through the example with taxes, because I think it's a little bit easier to see there. These are the taxes and the tax rate cutoffs. So you pay 10% up to this value. Do we recall this? So if I make $5,000, I pay 10% on it. You pay 35% up to this value. You pay 35% up to this value, but that's not the highest tax rate. Does anyone remember the highest tax rate?
65?
Where is it?
I want to say it
Was like 37.9.
Okay. Good guesses all around. How would you find out?
check the website.
Yeah, we would look at the answer key, probably. I don't know. Maybe it's like right here. Why is this so small? Exercise. 39.6.
Wow, way out.
Excuse me. The old voice is getting tired towards the end of class. The young voice, however, remains strong, vibrant, full of vim and vigor. Yes?
Wait, if that's the highest rate, then if you're really, really rich,
Mm-hmm.
then like the rate will always be like 39.
Yes, yeah.
Wow.
So if I make $2 billion, I pay the same tax rate on my last dollar as someone that makes $500,000. And I would like to point out this is not a political science class, and I do not want you to draw any conclusions from that fact. I am simply presenting unbiased numbers just to motivate an example of scientific computing. I don't think we should think deeply about any of this information I'm presenting, and we should certainly not come to conclusions about it, right? Are you writing this down? I also don't use capital letters. And that's unrelated. That's unrelated. Okay. So here's an example. The 39.6% cutoff, there is none. So this could not be a well-formed list of lists, right? Look out for things that are almost lists but not quite lists. They will haunt you. I will show you some ways to deal with this. Okay. What is an array? An array, in the context of computer programming, is a structure for storing and retrieving data. I put things in arrays and I take them out of arrays, okay? We often talk about an array as if it's a grid, usually 2-dimensional, sometimes 3-dimensional, sometimes 1-dimensional. And people that love spreadsheets love to talk about them like they're arrays. Okay, so each cell stores one element of the data. So usually a data point, usually a numerical value, maybe a number. Same thing as a spreadsheet. If each element of the array were a number, we might visualize a 1-dimensional array like a list. And here's an example. I don't really know how this is showing up twice, but these are the first 4 tax cutoffs, right? A 2-dimensional array often looks like a table. Oh, I know what's going on. I wrote Python to represent this array, and then I separately created the array itself. We can look at this. Array. What did I type on this page? We'll say like a table. Table. There it is. Yeah, I don't know why it showed up twice. Interesting. Okay. So this is one way to view the end of a tax bracket, 9275, the tax rate within the bracket, and the beginning of the tax bracket. Oh no, this is the offset, right? Do you remember calculating the intercepts? So if I make $37,650, I pay 15 cents on each dollar, and I get $463.75 back on my taxes. I get to pay less on my taxes. Are you all tracking this? You're seeming to get a little sleepy. We can't do monkey type. We already did that.
It's against me.
Yeah. I also don't have a will. Okay. When I perish, my cat will just inherit everything I have. I haven't spoken to a lawyer. My cat was being a very, very silly goose this morning. She was like this. Okay. A 3-dimensional array would be a set of tables, perhaps stacked as though they were printed on separate pages. So if I take a spreadsheet and print it on multiple pages and stack the sheets together, right? Or there's different worksheets in a spreadsheet sometimes. In NumPy, this idea is generalized to an arbitrary number of dimensions. So you can have any number of dimensions in your array. One way to think of this is if I had the tax brackets, I also could have a dimension for single, married, joint, married, separate, and head of household. And I want to point out, because I'm from Portland, this does not mean you are married to a joint, right? Okay. And this does not mean you're married to the Gotta Keep 'Em Separated music video, okay? And this doesn't mean you're a disembodied head, okay? All right, cool. So we have blocks in a city, we have houses on a block, perhaps we have stories. And I can give you an example of this real quick. This is, we are in room Ford Hall, 7012. What room number is this?
201!
It's 201?
Yeah.
I was sure we were the 12th room on the 7th floor. Did I make that up?
Yes.
Correct. Everything I say is actually made up. Okay. A lot of people don't know words are made up.
Always.
Yeah. Right. So we are on the 2th floor, and we are in the
First.
1th room of the 2th floor of the 4th hall, right? Ford, get it? Ford. This is, yeah, right? Okay, yeah.
Or this is the dentist's office.
Yeah. And I think our street address is like 900 State Street. Oh, because we're on the corner. So that's why we have a 0 indexed address.
It's all coming together.
We're picking up what you're putting down.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about the other?
Yes, we're on the corner. Okay, all right. What are we doing? Python?
Yeah.
What? We are on the corner.
Okay, we're on the corner.
It's really touch and go there for a minute. Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm going to unfull screenify this so I can look at both at the same time. I am going to take gold star and I'm going to make it an NP array of gold star. Okay, it's gold star. And then I'm going to look at the array. I'm just calling it R for array. It's not because it's a pirate's favorite letter, right?
It's not a pirate's favorite letter.
Oh, what's a pirate's favorite letter?
C.
You got to do the voice, or it's no fun. It's just not fun if you only say C. Oh, would you look at that? Does that look?
That looks so nice.
Does that look way nicer?
It does.
That looks good, right? That's I would refer to that as a juicy looking array.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Juicy?
Yeah.
Why is there like?
I keep it juicy.
Why is it extra? What's it called again? Not matter.
Oh, it's because it's a list.
It's a list of lists.
Of lists.
Mhm.
So that element is a list. So
And apparently, so
Also gonna have an extra one.
yeah, on my other computer, put it in scientific notation. It's not in here, and I think that actually looks a little better. I don't know if you'll have scientific notation. So here's my slides on scientific notation, which I don't actually need anymore. Boom, done. Okay. So, did any of you get scientific notation? Okay, you can read those slides. So, anyways, this is a NumPy array. There's something I should point out to you. Do y'all notice these little dots here?
Yes.
Maybe.
You see those little dots?
I'm seeing them.
Do those dots seem a little suspicious to you?
Suspect even.
I would go so far as to say that I suspect them of something. What do you suspect of them? Yeah. What do we think about decimal numbers?
We don't lie.
They're bad.
They're bad. Yes. They're bad and wrong. They're morally deficient. Okay. So let's just go ahead and take a look at one of those numbers by going to the corner,
Which is where we are.
which is where we are.
Right.
Where else would we be? Ooh, that says 59.0. I kind of don't like that. I'm going to check. What do you think the type of that is?
I would guess a float.
You would guess?
Yeah.
Does anyone else have something that there is more than a guess? Perhaps a hunch? Or does anyone have an inclination?
I'm inclined to think it's a float.
You're inclined to think it's a float?
Yeah.
In order to check, do you think I should type 2 capital Z's or a colon X?
2 capital Z's. It's way cooler.
The things I do to impress people that I don't care about. Okay.
Yeah, I'm your favorite.
Yeah, you're my favorite, but you're duplicating the things of the people that were bullying me for using colon X. Okay. So it's kind of a float, but it's actually a special type of float. This is a specific NumPy float. So NumPy has its own floats. These ones are exactly as bad as the other ones,
Really,
but it is a little bit different. Yeah, that's like definitely all for today, right? Anyone have any fun jokes to end class on? Anyone play the Wordle today?
no.
Okay, we'll play it as a class. Okay. Surely it's not Wordle.com.
I don't think so.
Do you see what it was saying? Hoax.com at the bottom. See, it changed to publish.hoax.com. Wordle. Okay. Okay, you are allowed to shout out a guess, but only one time. So use your guesses strategically.
It's a good start.
Oh, that depends if you want vowels or if you want the most common letters.
I want to win.
I would say start with O.
What?
Oh?
I've never played this before.
Oh, you never played this before? Okay, so we're gonna guess a
It's
5-letter
it's a
word. Yeah.
and then it will show you if you have like the letters right in the right spot or like the
Do
letters
it.
right.
Start with star.
It's like you'll catch on.
I guess you said a do first. Okay, can you tell me how to spell
I
it?
do. Yeah, that's a good one.
A-D-I-E-U.
That's a good one. So
Okay.
you guess another vowel.
And then,
So
do you
got
still want to guess
one
start?
E, it has an E, but that's not the right spot.
I would not guess start at this
Yeah, I
point.
know.
Okay.
Because we know there's an E.
Okay, anyone else have a word?
I suck at it. Shell.
Shell? You're doing 2 L's.
No, do it. No.
Okay, that you got banned. Sorry. Nice try.
Shelf. Shelf.
Shelf.
Ooh, shelf.
You already guessed.
Shelf.
Shelf.
I'll take a guess. Shelf.
What'd you say?
Okay.
Shelf. I said shelf.
Hey.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Okay.
the E is in the right spot, and now we need.
Unless there's more than one E.
Oh.
Oh. Okay.
There's only one E.
I'm deploying my guess now, which is pouty.
There's not even.
Oh, hold on.
That's your strat?
Oh,
It
it'll
worked.
We hadn't checked O or U or Y.
Teach us.
Right. Oh, we checked U. Yeah. Okay, I'm listening intently.
ETH, yeah.
It's high key teeth, right?
Teeth, try it.
You already guessed.
Dang it, I already guessed. Wait, yeah.
Wait, are we counting shelf against you, or are you doing teeth? You love the double letters.
Oh, that was
Can you hit a sick dab for us?
I don't do that.
Okay, I got you.
That was good.
I'm cool, remember?
We're good at
Yeah,
this.
the dab was cool.
Out of 10 session.
Yet another